Hello again. Yes, that's right, it's me, Dr. Jimmy. It is now still the 28th of September and it's a Wednesday. Still, amazing, didn't change to any other day while we're waiting. And the Orlando Lions, the Orlando City Soccer Club, right now playing against Toronto Football Club. Kill Toronto, yes. Blame Canada, yes. We need to win. We need to win desperately. Every win helps us because we're falling under the red line again. Damn it! Damn it! And hopefully we can get back up there, make the playoffs. God damn it! I'm sorry, it's so hard being an Orlando City Soccer Club fan. It is. It's really hard. But I love them. They disappoint me, but I love them. It's like me mother. Oh, well, anyway, so oh God, so the team. It's halftime. It's halftime. 0-0. Maybe they'll come back and score a couple of goals. I hope so. In the meantime, it's time for my third and final American Horror Story house cocktail. This one themed to the last part of the house, hotel. The Hotel Cortez, to be specific, located in beautiful downtown Los Angeles. Lovely art deco, very nice, and it's haunted. Spirits and ghosts and vampires. Pointy teeth. Turns out Rudolph Valentino was a vampire. Who knew? And he bit this lovely girl who turned out to be the Countess, and there's Lady Gaga, and stops the whole thing. And there's addiction demons. Oh dear, I'm having a lot to drink. Oh no, is that going to get the addiction demon with its whirligig drill bit penis come after me? I hope not. Oh, and this time I realised to bring paper towels, so I make my cocktail. If I spill any on my desk, I can wipe it up. I don't have to call for room service because there's no housekeeping. No housekeeping. I'm not in a hotel. I don't get that nice, really loyal maid who does anything in the world for James Marsh because she's a very loyal ghost. But anyway, she was also in the haunted house, by the way. So, what sort of cocktail would I do for a hotel? It's a lot of stuff going on. We've got vampires, we've got ghosts, we've got a coven reference. A coven which shows up and gets killed off because it's a ghost and she can't use her rebound voodoo doll powers on him because his magic's got nowhere to go. He's a ghost. That's in the house too. And so Queenie dies. Now she's a ghost. She doesn't have to go down to Legbuzz hell. I guess she can stay at the Hotel Cortez for infinity. So it's actually a good thing. She shouldn't have to go to the Legba hell that the other witches have to go to later. So that's a good thing, I think. Even if you like Queenie and you're sorry, we've got the Countess, we've got Ramona Royale, blaxploitation movie queen, like real life Pam Grier, but played by Angela Bassett as a real badass vampire bitch who looks as pretty as she did back in the 70s when she was in all those movies because she hasn't aged because she's a vampire, right? Yeah. And we've got who else? We've got Liz Taylor, who's not the actress. It's a transgendered bloke who's become a lady, and he's decided, even though he's a lady, he's going to stay bald. I should say she's going to stay bald because it makes a statement, damn it. And she wears a lovely frock and she serves a lovely cocktail. Just like me, I serve a lovely cocktail. Not transgender. I like being a dude. I like my penis. I'm going to stay being a man. Man is what I like. I like men. I am a man. That's it. But Liz Taylor decided she wanted to be a lady. Well, yeah, each his own, or each her own, I suppose. And I like the character a lot. Brilliant character, actually. In the house as well. In the elevator lift scene, they come out of the lifts, bang, 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 with Iris, who became a vampire by the end of the series as well, and then a ghost after that. A lot of people go from being vampires to ghosts. It happens in the Hotel Cortez. What do you expect? It's a weird place. Serial killers drop in every Halloween to have a party. You know, you got Richard Ramirez, you got John Wayne Gacy, you got what's his name? Jeffrey Dahmer, you've got Eileen Wuornos, you've got the Zodiac, You know, you've got Ed Bundy. They all show up, have a party with Jim Marsh and the other guy who doesn't even know he's a serial killer yet. Oh, did I spoil it for you? Sorry. Gin. So I figured we need something classy for the Countess and Jim Marsh, who are both kind of classy people. Rudolph Valentino, a classic cocktail. A martini served as classically as possible. We're talking gin, we're talking vermouth, very perfect, but not perfect, dry martini. Perfect means it's got both dry and sweet vermouth, in case you're wondering. Perfect has a meaning in cocktails, as opposed to dry sweet. Dry does not mean there's no, it's all alcohol. It means dry vermouth, as opposed to a sweet martini made with sweet vermouth. Nowadays, almost all martinis are made with dry vermouth. People don't even realize they used to make them either way. Or perfect, we would have both of the vermouths in it. People don't realize that. But same thing with Manhattans. No one ever has a Manhattan nowadays unless it has sweet vermouth in it. But they didn't understand that. So I'm going to make a classic dry martini, but with an extra ingredient for the Countess's sanguine nature. So start off, where the fuck did I put my jigger? Oh, here it is. Again, in my big ass martini glass. And so we get gin, and this is the gin I like the best recently. I've been drinking a lot of it lately. Bloom. The other gins I like too, but this one's particularly delightful. It's got a nice bouquet, lots of floral, what they call the, what the fuck they call those things? Botanicals. That's what, botanicals. Some honeysuckle. What the fuck else is in here? Botanicals include chamomile, honeysuckle, and some other things. Used as botanicals. There's other ones that have some good stuff. Hendrix has cucumber and roses. You never know what the botanicals might be. Except juniper, always juniper. That's why it's called gin. But everything else. So put the Bloom. It's a London dry gin, and put one full of these. It's a double ounce shot. Jigger into my nice icy thing here. So that's that. Cork it back up. That's the Bloom. So what next? Well, for a martini we need vermouth, and of course dry vermouth for a dry martini, and of course I've shown you this before. Dolan is vermouth de Chambry, dry. So we get some of that, and I always go a little heavier on the vermouth than some people do, not just a bit, but I usually do, maybe a quarter of this at least, and then maybe a little bit more, almost a half, and then I pour that into here. Right. So after, that's good. It's a splendid vermouth, French one. Now, extra ingredient. That's already what we need for a martini, right? So what we need here is the extra thing that's going to make it. I'm shaking it up because it needs to be shaked up. And this is, of course, something to make it more appropriate to the Countess. Now, I can't use actual hemoglobin, that wouldn't be appropriate. But I'm going to use instead tomato juice. My favourite truly tomato from Dei Fratelli. Comes in a carton. It's really, really good tomato juice. Some of the best I've ever found. So I prefer to use that. I'm going to pour that nice thick red stuff. Ooh, almost spilling it. Filling up the... Alright, so I need to take the first of my paper towels to wipe stuff up a little bit now. So I put all of that in there. Jesus, I exceeded the thing. It started to spill over. Alright. So we put that back here. So now we've got quite a bit of tomato juice in with what would normally be a classic martini. Alright, so now I put this on top of this and shake it up. Again, I don't have a top, so I can't do the up and down shake. I'm going to have to do the back and forth shake. Okay, get it all shooker, and now we have a lovely cocktail ready to pour into this big ass glass. However, I still think there's probably more liquid in here than the big ass glass can even partake. It's sort of a bloody martini. There you go. A sort of bloody martini. Not really a Bloody Mary, because it doesn't have any of the other stuff besides tomato juice you find in a Bloody Mary. There's no horseradish, no onion, not onion, but what's the other, garlic, no celery salt, none of that, no lemon juice, but no Worcestershire sauce, none of that. But just tomato, gin, and vermouth. So it comes out looking almost like a cosmopolitan. It goes a bit pink, but it still has a rather refreshing tomato taste. Pour a bit more liquid in there, because again I have more in my shaker than I had anticipated. Garnishing it. Now normally in a martini, even if it is one that's a little extra, we'll put something like olives, right? Except the only olives I have right now are these, and I don't think it'd be at all appropriate to use one of these olives in this particular cocktail. I mean, garlic. No. That would not be what the Countess would want to drink. No, she'd be quite put out by that. More ways than one. No garlic. No. So I've got something else instead. These are called tom olives, but they're not olives at all. They're actually tomatoes. They are little bitty, tiny, little baby green tomatoes. There's one of them. So we put this. This is not an olive at all. It is indeed a little tiny baby cherry green tomato. That's been pickled and left in brine like this. It's not an olive, it's a tomato, but they call it a tom olive. That's the brand, because it can serve as a cocktail olive even though it's a tomato. So it goes into the cocktail, and there we go at the bottom of it. Lovely. American Horror Story Hotel. Quite nice. And it works. It has notes of two very, very classic cocktails, the Martini and the Bloody Mary. It's almost a weird combination of both, which in a way fits the hotel, because we have ghosts and vampires, and sometimes there's an unholy union, not to mention a demon of addictions who wants drill in places that might be startling to think about, and for the Hotel Cortez. So let's enjoy this cocktail. Savoury. It's actually not bad at all. Again, I was worried about how the flavours of martini, gin and vermouth would go against tomato juice, but it works. It works very well. Who knew? You know what? Sometimes I put a couple of dashes of celery bitters into a martini. I hadn't thought about it, but with the tomato, the celery bitters would go magnificently. I should have done that with this. Oh well. Next, if I ever do anything like this again, I'll put the celery bitters in it. Last few drops out of the shaker. There we go. And we got all of it in the glass, and you can enjoy it. So, American Horror Story Hotel, not my favourite season. Oddly enough, I love Lady Gaga, and she did a wonderful job, and even without Jessica Lange, but still, I really loved Freak Show, and I liked Coven and Murder House and Asylum to some degree. For some reason, Asylum wasn't as thrilling, but perhaps I missed a couple episodes or something. I'm sure I saw all the episodes, but something about it just didn't quite do it. Roanoke is very interesting, and I haven't quite, we don't know what's going on yet. It's supposed to be like a reenactment, like one of those reenactment shows. This is a real paranormal experience. And there's like actors who are supposed to be reenacting it, and then the real people show up to tell you what happened, and they're not the same people. And it's like, okay, because we have two of the big series regulars. We've got, what's her name, Lisa Robb. Is her name Lisa Robb? Damn, I don't remember her name. She's an actress who's like major. I mean, she's like the new Lunton Fontaine did like Shakespeare back in the day, and she and her boyfriend do Shakespeare and have done all kinds of stuff on Broadway and off-Broadway Shakespeare stuff. Her name is Robb, R-A-B-E. I'm not sure if God damn it, I try to look this up and it gives me broccoli or some kind of vegetable. Is it Lisa Robb? I think it is. Yes, Lisa Robb. I think that's her name. And her boyfriend. What was his name? He's just amazing. The Shakespeare in the Park recently. I'm sorry, I'm looking at this on my phone to see what I can find out about her, and I still don't see the name of the guy she appears in all these Shakespeare productions with. It's driving me crazy. Oh well. But she's done these productions with the same guy usually, and I think they have a relationship. God damn it. I hate it when it doesn't give me the information I need. Anyway, Matthew something. This is so stupid. Sorry about that. This is just really annoying. It should be the first name that comes up when I type in Lisa Robb boyfriend Shakespeare. It should give the guy's name. I think it's Matthew something. What I'll do then is this is fucking up my damn video. Jesus H. Christ. I don't know. I can't find it. It's stupid. Sometimes Google makes me furious. I just want to go and slaughter the whole company. Anyway, Lisa Robb is in... She played many different characters in Horror Story over the years, including one really evil nun. Actually, the nun wasn't evil. The nun got possessed by the devil and became evil. And in Asylum. And other characters, including Eileen Wuornos in the most recent one, Hotel. She plays Shelby in real life, and of course the other Shelby is played by, oh god, I must be drunk, I'm forgetting everyone's name. The fucking actress has been in every damn American Horror Story from day one. She played the twins with the two heads. Oh god, what's her name? How could I forget her name? I had it on the tip of my tongue. Sarah Paulson, of course. So she plays the reenacted version of Shelby, and Lisa Robb is allegedly the real Shelby. But is that true? Is that true? So if Angela Bassett as the real life Lee, who is Matt, that's Shelby's husband, Matt, played in the reenacting by Cuba Gooding Jr., and another guy I don't know in the supposed real one, and Lee is his sister, and she's played by Angela Bassett. So you got bigger stars in the so-called reenactments. But you got Andre, what's her name, who appeared briefly in Murder House as one of Dermot Mulroney's. Or is it Dylan McDermott? I can never get them straight. One of them was in Murder House and had a patient who got dumped by her husband because she was boring. Well, we know that Lee got dumped by her husband, but not because she was boring, but for completely non-boring reasons. Involving things like drugs and fear for the safety of his daughter. So maybe that was just what she told her psychiatrist, if it's the same character, because she looks exactly the same. Maybe it is the same character. I don't know. We didn't know the name of the character in Murder House, who was the boring patient. So maybe she was making up this stuff about her husband dumping her because she was boring, and she really got dumped for other reasons. Unless it's not the same thing. And maybe the reenactors and the real people are not exactly who we think they are, because there's something else going on. I know there's something else going on, because it's one of those things where you kind of feel there's something else going on. And it's not exactly what you think it is. So Roanoke is very interesting so far, and in just under an hour will be the next episode of Roanoke. Ooh, I hope I'm not too fucking drunk to comprehend it, because Lady Gaga's in it. Lady Gaga says she's going to play a character who's really rooted and down to earth. A dryad, maybe? We saw her briefly in the episode last week, and she had like a wooden crown with like antlers or branches. Maybe she's a tree that can turn into a woman. Then she'd be rooted and down to earth, wouldn't she? I don't know. Something about it. And there's a piggy man. Is it the same one that was in Murder House? I'm excited about this new series. I'm very excited. I can hardly wait to go and watch it at 10 o'clock. Right now, the soccer, football is still going on, and I hope Orlando wins. Please, dear God, that Orlando win. I'm so tired of all this ties and losses. Ugh. Ugh. Maybe we'll finally get a match won, and maybe we'll get back up the red line. I don't know. It's just so frustrating. Ugh. Oh well. But I like it. Have to like Orlando. Go Lions. They're cats after all. That's my friend. Is he my friend? I don't know. A guy I know named Jeff, who's weird sometimes, and he calls them the cardiac cats. Cardiac cats, because that's actually a name they used for the Jaguars a few years ago. But he stole it for the Lions because it's gets you in the heart because you don't know what's going to happen. Is it going to win? Is it? Oh my God! It's overtime. It's in stoppage time, and sometimes they win in stoppage time. Many times they get a goal in stoppage time. It's like gets you right here, right here. But Hotel was a wonderful. I've been talking about Roanoke. I should be talking about. Isn't it weird? We had a house about Roanoke. It's like, you know, is there a connection between Horror Nights and American Horror Story? I didn't really get before. I mean, because the first show, Murder House, it's sort of like Wyandotte Estate, right? A big mansion, all kinds of people got killed and murdered. Then you got Asylum. I mean, Shady Brook. You can't get around that. We actually had a scare zone called the Coven. And then freak show. Well, we've had freak shows from the Enigma to the Lizard Man to you know, and the Carnival of Carnage and all about circuses and carnivals and evil clowns like Twisty and Jack. So you know, freak show fit in quite well. And Hotel. Oh my God, you know, we had a horror Hotel Hell years ago. Plus, don't forget all the vampires. And this one's Roanoke, and we had a house Roanoke just 2 years ago. And damned if some of the people in the woods don't resemble some of the people in the woods, some of the people we saw in the house. And all that Wendigo nonsense. I mean, you don't think. There's been a connection all along. We didn't know about. I mean, they've been trying to get American Horror Story for Horror Nights for years and years, since 2013. And now they finally got it. And maybe they'll be going for a bit more than 1 year. So, that excites me. I don't know. Mysteries. And Roanoke is very interesting. But Hotel, I love that. I loved all the historical things. I'll be getting more deeply into the characters of American Horror Story in my Who's Who videos if I ever get to it, especially real-life historical figures that appear in these programs. You know, Rudolph Valentino and the serial killers, for example, for Hotel. But oh my God, it's such an interesting series with all the stuff going on, vampires and ghosts and witches and everybody, and demons, strange figures. I really did like that show. Again, not as much as I liked Freak Show, but better than I liked Asylum. I think Lady Gaga did a terrific job, and of course Finn Wittrock came back playing 2 different characters, including Rudolph Valentino, and we also had Cheyenne Jackson, and we had what's his name, Boma. So we had 3 hot gay actors. Well, actually, I don't know Finn Wittrock. I don't think Finn Wittrock is actually gay. two hot gay actors. Finn Whitrock, I don't know. Might be. Might not be. I don't know. But he's hot. That's unquestionable. And of course, everybody on the show seemed to be bisexual because it was that sort of thing. Vampires are almost bisexual by nature. They'll fuck anyone to get their blood. It's a Strangoid thing, apparently. Strangoids are pansexual by nature. So that's why that football player at the Vamp 55 came on to me the other night. Because vampires will do anyone to get a little bit of, yeah. I like vampires. And, it's sort of a bit of a Buffy the Vampire Slayer scare. I don't know if you think about it. It does remind me of Buffy so much, especially with the makeup and the forehead thing going on. Oh, when I gave this has nothing to do with hotel or cocktails. When I did my previous earlier in the day videos, my review, my first impressions of Horror Nights 26, and I talked about all the houses and all the scare zones and all the shows, I left out something, and I really apologize. Forgive me. And I don't know if you'll even watch this because it has nothing to do with what that. Maybe I'll have to make another video later, but I'm putting it on this one so that if people who fanatically watch all of my videos because they're psychotic can tell the others that it's in here somewhere. Yes, there are hordes. There are roaming hordes of chainsaw wielding lunatics at the park again this year, and they are awesome. There's 4 of them. There are cheerleaders who were in Springfield, but they moved them over into in front of the Simpsons ride. They switched places with the redneck hillbilly types and the cheerleaders, and I got pissed off about that at first because I thought the cheerleaders should be out in the bright light so you can see them, because I mean the cheerleaders, yay, sis-boom bar, how is it, kick them in the knee, ras, kick them in the other knee, or something, I don't know. Anyway, give me a, 2, 4, 6, 6, who you gonna decapitate? Yeah, that's it. Cheerleaders are wonderful. You should be able to see them, because if they're just in the dark, I mean, sure they can scare you, sneak up on you, but cheerleaders should be visible. And the rednecks, not so much. But they switched them, and apparently there's a reason that was a good reason. I didn't know about it till recently. Apparently, a bunch of drunken assholes have been picking on the cheerleaders, just like last year when they harassed poor Carrie. Carrie White, Carrie from Stephen King's Carrie, was in the All Night Dying last year, and they picked on her till she quit. Poor girl. And that's bullshit. You should not fucking harass scare actors. There may be pretty girls. That doesn't give you a right to fucking harass them, assholes. I just want to take those drunken frat boys and teach them what harassment means. Anyway, it's another story. But but no, it's naughty guys, bad guys, rotten people. Shouldn't fucking pick on girls. It's bad. You think girls with chainsaws, they might be a little bit restrained, but no, they even pick on girls with chainsaws. Fuck. Assholes ruin things for everybody. So they put them in a smaller area where they can keep a better eye on them and keep them safe from harassment. I get that. Safety comes first. But I really wish they could put them back in Springfield where they're more visible. It just pisses me off that assholes do stupid fucking things and ruin it for everybody. Getting back to the other hordes, there's geishas, the beautiful Japanese geishas. They've been promised us for years. We were supposed to have them as a scare zone in 2014. They couldn't do it. Then they had a Japanese reaper, including a sort of crazy geisha in Run, Blood, Sweat and Fears. But now they finally have realized the ninja geishas with chainsaws now in South Street, just south of Sting Alley, along New York, Delancey Street, South Street, that area, running madly amok there. And it's wonderful. It's like turning Japanese. I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so. I like those girls. It's like Hajimemashite dozo yoroshiku. It's like, you know, I like to see, when I see them, it's like they're very jozu with the chainsaws, and they're like, and it's like I want to bow. You know, I'm not worthy. They're wonderful. Lovely. The good things. And then, of course, they have another horde of Pumpkinhead Scarecrow characters running around by the Transformers building near Battery Park and Transformers, on that little road that goes from South Street down to Hollywood Boulevard, between Mel's and Battery Park and the Transformers along the lakefront there. They're very nice. It's like, you know, if I only had a brain, you know, it's like, I wouldn't be a nuffin', my head all full of stuffing, my heart all full of pain. Know the pain you'll be feeling as I hang you from the ceiling and surgically remove your brain with a chainsaw. Yeah, right, I like that. So they're all good. And so I like the cheerleaders best, personally. Cheerleaders best, then the geishas, then the pumpkins and the rednecks. I know that sounds a bit odd, considering I should like boys better than girls, considering my own erotic interest, but nevertheless, you can't help it. The cheerleaders and the geishas are divas, and I love my HHN divas. Got to. Just like, yeah, and they're awesome. They're fucking awesome. So that's my favourite hordes. So, I didn't mention that before, so I throw that in this video. And now, and it's appropriate, I suppose, because the Countess was an ultimate diva, right? So the Countess in American Horror Story has got to be an ultimate HHN diva, right up with Rosie the Fox Girl and La Llorona and Bloody Mary and everybody else, you know. So, and the Terror Queen and all the great divas of it, Lady Luck, you know. I finish it up and eat my Tom Olive. Damn, that's good. And so now I've wrapped up, and it's already freaking 37 minutes. I don't know if YouTube will load this, so I better close this off. Next time I do a cocktail video, it'll be for streets. I'm done with houses. Last house cocktail. This is the last house cocktail. Go to streets next. Already did Chantanel. Next one will be one of the 3 cocktails I can make up for Survive or Die Apocalypse. Maybe as soon as tomorrow. We'll see. Till then, have fun. If you do decide to indulge, do so responsibly. Don't drink and drive. Don't drink and drive. And don't drink if you're under 21. And don't drive under 21 if you're drinking. Or any of those sort of things. Do it legal, safe, sane, and consensual. Wait a minute, that's sex, not drinking. Well, the same thing. Make it safe, sane, and consensual, whether you're engaging in naughty sex or drinking, either way. Remember your safe word. Cocktails do not have a safe word. So, have a friend, a buddy who says, that's it, don't drink anymore, and takes your keys away. All that sort of thing, alright? I want you all to be alive for a long time so you can continue going to horror nights, and Universal Studios wants you to be alive so you can keep spending money at their park. I've made my public serpents announcement, and I'm done for tonight. Sometime later, I'll do more videos, and when I get to cocktails again, it'll be for Survive or Die Apocalypse. Tip of my hat, have fun, and remember, tomorrow night is Horror Nights again, and if those of you who like American Horror Story, 40 minutes. 40 minutes for the next Roanoke episode. So until next time, ta-ta!